Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Russ with Joe's Gaming and Electronics, today with another highly requested video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to repair the crown and the housing on an Apple Watch Series 4 44mm. It works for the 40mm as well. So let's begin. So we're going to take the Apple Watch, and then what we first do is we're going to heat up the screen a little bit, just enough so it comes off. Just the sides, just enough to have it pull off. Okay, it should be good. I usually set the heat to about 160 degrees Celsius. Let's go ahead and start. Get the small thin gasket pry tool that you can purchase off our website. And what we do is right away, see how it goes in there? Don't go in all the way, make sure it's a little higher. And then what we do is we work our way around it. Don't go too far inside, because then you would end up damaging the LCD. You should just pry right up. Alrighty. So what we have here is the screen. So what we're going to do is pull off the screen. What we do here is we're going to pull off the screen, pry up the little pins, and then hold on to the ribbon when you pull off the screen and pry up. And then what you're gonna have to do is pry to the side, and they're gonna pop right out. So we're gonna set the screen aside to the new housing that we're gonna be putting in with the new crown. So what's wrong with this guy is the crown, it moves on its own. So there's no way of just replacing the crown. You would have to replace the whole piece and the whole housing that comes with the crown. So that is what we're gonna be doing. So what we do now is you lay the watch down and you leave some space for you to have. So you put the screws in the parts in the correct spot in the order that they go on in the watch. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing. So we're going to start up from the right top corner and work our way down. So whatever you take apart, you put in the correct place. So what we're taking apart right now is the taptic engine. And make sure the shield is sitting how it's supposed to be sitting in the housing. So I like to have everything perfect so I know where the screws go, and just so I'm not looking around to see what screw goes where, because all the screws have different dimensions. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take apart this sensor, this ribbon, and also this ribbon as well in the bottom. So the taptic engine comes right off right away. This sensor came off also, so that's a good sign. And this small piece, goes on the taptic engine. It's right there. It usually just comes right off, so you'll have to just put it back on. And next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take apart these two screws. So these are gonna go first, so I'm gonna put them right over here. This is just the shield. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull off the force touch sensor. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Do the same thing. Now what we're going to do is pry up the battery. I'm going to take off this film. On it. We don't really need the film, honestly. I'm going to take apart the shield. Pop the battery right out. Going to take apart the speaker. We're going to take apart this. We're going to take off this film. Now we're going to take apart the screws for the shield near the button. Unhook the ribbons. So now, since we unplugged the ribbons, we can go ahead and start disassembling the rest of it. I'm going to take off this film. Okay, now I guess we're ready to pull the board out and unhook the ribbon on the bottom. Now what we have to do is carefully take apart the back housing, push, and then you carefully pull it off. Carefully place it down. And there's going to be springs to hold the bands together. And then there's going to be this adhesive that needs to go into the back housing. Actually, it's going to go. Seal is back on. So now we take the new back housing. Okay. Make sure the pins are working for the band holder. It's working. What I usually do is for it to hold the housing, I plug it in right away. Back on, so let's take a screw just to hold it. And I'm going to take one from the other side just to hold the board in the back housing. Okay. So now back on. So what I like to do first is I'm going to plug in all the ribbons. put this screw back in to hold the top. We're going to take apart the bottom screw so we can put the shield back on. Screw the screws back in. Now we take both of the top screws out. We're going to do the same thing to the top. Alright, so now the board should be in place. And the back housing should be in place. So now let's go ahead and hook up the speaker. We're going to put the taptic engine back on. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to plug the battery back in. Take the shield for the battery. Put it back on, put the battery back on. So we're gonna put this ribbon, attach this ribbon back on. Forward touch back on. We're gonna put the screen back on. Make sure all the clasps are down. Takes a lot of time to glue it because then you have to put the force touch sensor down and you have to make sure it's down, and then you have to glue it. So you would need to take some extra time to glue it, have the force touch sensor down. And that is how you replace the crown on a Series 4 44mm Apple Watch. Thanks for watching, guys.